rhythm. I wanna ride. Rhythm. I wanna ride. Rhythm. I wanna ride. Rhythm Rave.
What's good? What's good? Hey, y'all. This is Rhythm Rave Rock with Modesty and, of course, your man Funk right here with one of the hottest rockers on the net. We talked about
Sabrina Fallah, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, Sabrina. Can you hear us?
She's in the building.
Yes. It's been a while since we spoke to you last, but I have to tell you, your music has always been phenomenal. Always been.
Can
on
I say
point.
something?
Yeah.
A Kiss is a Killer is my favorite rock indie song.
Really?
Rhythm Rave Rock.
Really?
Yes, I love that song. I love it. I know we're not going to be talking about that today, but I had to make mention because that song, it just moves me in so many ways. It's beautiful. It's funky. It's
cool.
got soul. I just love it.
Yeah. No.
Well, then you should thank my songwriter, Bill. If I don't get his last name wrong, DeLuigi, I hope I didn't get it wrong. Actually, when I was in Nashville, he came up with the name of the song and told me about it. So really, his idea got me thinking to write the song. So he gets a lot of credit for that. And I knew when we finished it was the title of the record. So I'm glad you and other people like it because I didn't expect the response I got from it.
It's amazing.
You know?
I love it. It's my favorite. And we get a lot of music for Rhythm Rave Rock. And, you know, it's hard to kind of just go through everything and really connect with everything because you're trying to keep it going. But that song made me stop and listen. Yeah. And I really appreciate it.
It definitely did. Now, Sabrina, you've got a lot of music under your repertoire. And I see that you had a lot of influences, such as like Bon Jovi, Green Day. I mean, the list just goes on.
Did you even see Quincy Jones? No,
I saw that, and I believe that's one of the songs that she worked on. I believe that was, if I'm not mistaken, Frontline. We're going to be playing that tonight.
Nice.
Yes.
But let me ask you now, in terms of how many years you've been in the industry, is there one particular instance that stuck out in your mind the most, that you learned the most in terms of, you know, your music, how to produce and create your music?
That's tough because every time I learn, I work with different producers. I learn different things, vocally, lyrically, the music one. It's, you know, I can't really pick because everybody has been so good, but there has been sometimes in the industry I'm like, I don't like that person. But overall, I don't know if this answers that question, but basically you have to be confident in yourself.
Right.
I guess if I could squeeze that in, I think what I've learned the most is actually being confident and believing in yourself. Because at the beginning, I was trying to find what I wanted to do and figure things out. And I knew I wanted to be a rock singer, but still people were saying, but really, what are you? Who are you as an artist? And then I'm like, man, I had to build that confidence to build that, because just saying I'm a rock singer doesn't really say it. You have to have a story. You have to have a lot of experience behind you. So I think I would say I've learned a lot, but I had to build a lot of confidence, and I'm still learning. That because, you know, it's tough out there.
Right. I got you. Now, I consider you still a vet, though, to a certain degree, because it sounds like you got a lot. You got a lot to your resume. You know what I mean? I really respect that.
Right.
So let's talk about, because we've mentioned so many great names from different ends of the spectrum. Quincy Jones, I mean, you think of him and you think R&B. Bon Jovi, you know, I mean, that goes without saying, right? So let's talk about your sound and how do you take all of that collaborative energy and create the sound of Sabrina Fallah?
Basically, I say I put my influence in and a twist of my feel. Like, what I do is I try not to sound like someone. I try to sound like me. playing like them and putting my own groove or style or punch into the song. I like it when people say, oh, that song sounds like Green Day, but I'm glad they're not saying that I am trying to be Green Day, because I don't want to be told I'm trying to be someone.
Right.
I want people to see that they have inspired me, influenced me, that it has gone into my music, and that's how it made me who I am today. I learned something from everything that I hear. I'm going to say I like that, but I'm not going to take that because it might sound too close to that song, but I can try to work something around something like that. So, yeah, it's tough out there because one thing sounds close to somebody else, but they'll come after you.
Right.
You have to be very careful in this industry.
Yeah.
It's really, it's just when you write a song, don't listen to any music when you're writing. Just write, because you might not even know you're stealing that song as you're writing it. You know, sometimes you don't know you're taking somebody else's song if you haven't heard it too. You have to be very careful in this industry.
Well, I think that could be an honor to be in the same sentence with Green Day. So.
Well, hey.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God, you're gonna get me started now.
Get started.
I love them
Nice.
so much.
I mean,
I
they're
can
awesome.
talk 24 hours about them, and people feel like, stop talking. We get it. We know you love them.
Shoot, fan out.
Are you
man.
sure about that?
What's wrong
fan
with it?
out.
I mean,
Hey,
they're
nothing wrong with
awesome.
that. We're
You
just about
know?
as much as fan as anything.
They're actually in the studio working on another record, I hear.
Oh,
I
nice.
hear little rumors, so I'm really excited to see what Billy Joe has to say.
No
That
kidding.
will,
You know
will
what?
be awesome. I can't wait.
They've always been on the edge. But let me
doubt.
ask you something. Speaking about fans, now I want to ask you about two groups. Okay, you got your fans, then you got your critics. Now, what kind of, you know, of course. Now, what do you kind of hate about either one of them, or both?
And say what
Hey,
you like. Say
why
what you-
would I hate?
Well, I mean, now there's some annoying things that fans as well as critics can do. I mean, it's always you can always praise
Actually,
the good
fans
stuff.
have been defending me from the haters out there. I see it online.
Okay,
nice.
They are literally attacking them.
that's what I'm talking
And then
about.
I have to go in and say, guys, it's okay. Ignore it. Literally, ignore it.
Oh, damn.
But they just, but you know what? Just them doing it shows how much support. Like, because I always ignore, it hurts, but I don't go after the people who talk to me. You don't want to deal with the haters.
Yeah.
But critics, like, I got a review recently on a few of my songs, and let's just say I didn't really like what they wrote.
Right.
So sometimes it's just like, I was like, I don't sing like that.
You're right. I mean,
I'm
yeah.
laughing so hard. I'm like, they really don't really know musically what they're talking about, because it didn't make any sense. But so I was just laughing at it.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is a different generation that we're dealing with now. And I think the internet has given maybe a lot of people who really don't have a sense of music the platform just to go in and be trolls and say all kind of madness. With the real artists, the real fans, the ones that defend you, those are the ones, man, you know what I mean, that you really are putting the music out for. And, you know, not only just for yourself, but for those who can connect with you. You know, I mean, hey, damn them haters.
Yeah.
Man.
A word. He said, "Damn the haters."
Yeah.
That's the word of the day.
Yeah.
You know, I try to stay away from a lot of things on social media because there can be a lot of drama, but you always run into the ones you don't want to see or hear what they're saying, you know. But honestly, do I have to be honest? Haters are jealous.
Yeah.
Literally, they have no life, and
End of the day.
they just want to hurt somebody else because their life isn't going well. So that's my honesty.
Okay.
So it's just like sometimes it hurts, like it
does.
really hurts.
Oh, it does.
But then again, I'm like, I'm here, they're there, so whatever.
Right. So what's the
true.
best advice you've gotten since you started in the music industry?
The best advice I've gotten: don't give up.
And why did they have to say that to you in that moment?
Because I was struggling and I want to succeed. And at that moment they were saying, you got to keep going because things that don't happen in one day, you know. It takes time, and then, yeah, I succeeded. I got a record contract. So
That's nice.
What I'm talking about.
That's amazing.
Now, you do have your record contract. You know, that's awesome. You worked very hard for that. But let me ask
and I'm
you.
glad I didn't give up, because, or
Right.
else I wouldn't have gotten it.
Right. Absolutely.
That's true. That's true.
It's hard out there, but you can succeed. It
Yeah.
does. It does work. It
Yeah.
does actually work.
It does. It does work. Well, let me ask you something. Being that you have, I mean, there was a process that you had to go through to do this. How do you prepare yourself when you're getting ready to create a song or an album? I mean, what is there a process that you go through, or is it just organic? I mean, for the most part.
I just think and say, what do I want to write about? And I write about love, hate, relationships, things I go through what other people go through. I keep it like that. I like people to relate, and I also want to help them through my music. And I honestly don't know. It's when I have to write something, I just come up with ideas. I have songs written, ideas written. I can just look in my book and be like, let's do that one, or I co-write a new song. Sometimes I just want to write brand new material.
Right.
Sometimes I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forwards. You know, it depends what I feel like releasing. Some songs I feel I don't want to release right now. I don't feel it's time yet. You know, there's always the time for things. So
I agree.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, in your opinion, why is music necessary?
Saves lives. I'm serious. It
No,
saves
I'm laughing
people's
because
lives.
it saved my life
It
on a
does.
number of
It
occasions.
does.
Say more, though. I'd like to hear more.
You know, if you want to do this as a career, you have to bleed for it, because it's tough. But music, before I took it as a career, was something I was always leaning on that I enjoyed. So I can listen to music and I'm just listening to music, or I can listen to music like I'm an artist listening to music. I can go two different ways of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, but I can listen to music and not think about what I have to do after I listen to it. You know.
Right.
Right.
Well,
you know, I want to listen to some music, but before we do that, I just want to let everyone know, when we come back after we play some of her music, we got a lot of fun stuff in store. I hear we're going to be talking about squirrels. We got a game for her. But first,
Squirrels? Wait a minute. What is this thing about the squirrels?
I tossed that to the second half.
Okay, all
So
right.
we got to keep them listening.
Oh, my God.
But first, before we have all that fun, we have to listen to some music. So I want to talk about Frontline.
Yeah. Now, Frontline, that's the cut we were just talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And I believe you had a video. Was that back in 2015 for this?
Yeah. Wow. You do know it.
Hey,
Awesome.
hey,
Yeah.
that's
We're
what
August
fans.
2015.
We're fans. Okay, so since we're fans, I know we're not your biggest fan. Shout out your biggest fan right now. The one that goes hardest for you on the internet, the one that is defending you the most. Shout that person out, or is it too many to count?
Too many to count.
2 minute count. There you go. Hey, that's what a real
what I'm
superstar is talking about.
They're all the biggest fans. They're all going to be fighting over each other. Take a while.
So yeah, don't name names.
That would be awesome. I would like to see that.
Look,
No, I'm
he
just kidding.
just likes fight.
No.
He likes MMA.
I like
so.
to see it. No, but no. Let's talk about let's talk about Frontline for a minute. I mean, can you give us some background on this cut? I mean, tell us what was the process of and what the meaning of this song is to you.
Yeah, sure. So Frontline, I co-wrote it with Heather Meary on Skype. She's based in Vancouver.
Okay.
And I found her in the Songwriters Association program online for songwriters in Canada. Right. And so I contacted her and said, I want to write a song. And we talked on the phone. We clicked instantly. We both liked the same style of music, so it worked right away. Awesome. And we wrote many songs together, but when Frontline came, it was just the song I had to record. It was just so strong. I knew that one had to be out, people had to hear it. So for that song, we wrote it together, and I told her, I want to write a song about, because I was going through some problems. friends' problems, everything, personal life problems, because I want to succeed. And, people can be a bit like, you're not spending time with me, blah, 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 blah. Why are you so busy? Anyway, so I wrote the song about going for your dreams and not letting anybody stop you. And if you're going to go to the top and they don't want to come with you, you're just going to keep going, because you're going to lose people and make new friends anytime you're trying to succeed in your life. I've lost a lot of friends and I've made a lot of new friends.
Good.
So
Good.
that's as you go up, your life changes, and maybe it was meant to be. I'm starting to realize maybe this was meant to be for me, because I feel like I succeeded more now than I did before.
All right.
I feel like, I'm not saying it's a good thing that I lost them, but maybe it was the right time for us to move on.
Move on.
And
Exactly.
and if we're meant to be together again, I'm not going to be mean to them. If I see them, I say hi.
Right.
But we might not be the same, have that same closeness,
Yeah.
But this song, I made it fun so people can dance, so it doesn't sound all like sad and stuff. I want it to be happy and encouraging, because you have to encourage yourself to go for something that you want in life. So, and then then in Toronto, I worked with Chris Burkett, my producer, and I just, so you know, he has done Buffy Sainte-Marie's album, if you know who Buffy Sainte-Marie is.
Okay.
And oh my God, if I could remember more artists, but he's worked with so many. But I did frontline with him, and then he's great. He actually played every single instrument on that track.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah, because getting a band the session players to do it would be more expensive.
Of course. Right.
So him doing it all.
Wow.
And I've had people come up to me and say, "Man, you got a good band." I'm like, "Yeah, a one-man band."
Wow,
No, but
that's
it's
awesome.
true. And like he said, I don't want to use fake instruments. So he did everything live off the floor. He played the drums live, and you can tell everything is live. Everything is actual instruments. Yeah.
I was just saying that I miss live music.
Yeah.
So here it is
Being so
again.
digital.
Sabrina Fallah graces our mics to make me get all the feels again. I can't wait, because I haven't heard it yet. Can you intro it for us?
All right, guys. Here is the front line.
Say It is the crowd that won't back down. The whites of their eyes like a fire that won't go out. And they run with their feet on the street and under the lights where the night doesn't reach. There's a car going up to Montreal, up like a shot as the right foot falls to the floor. And the roar and the radio calls. Crank it out loud, crank it out louder. All or nothing, you. You gotta live it up loud. There's a man in the door with a stone cold smile. Put a bill in his hand and go straight to the line at the back of the room where the light doesn't shine at all. There's a beat like a heart that cannot be stopped. There's a voice in your head that you can't turn off. For the rest of the night there's an atom bomb. Crank it out loud, crank it out louder. All or nothing, you. You gotta live it up loud. All or nothing, you. You gotta live it up. All or nothing, you. You gotta live it up loud. All or nothing, you. You gotta live it
All or Nothing, Sabrina Fallah, right here on Rhythm Rave Rock, y'all. I love that song. I love that
it.
song. I love that song.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Give me some background. Get me in the room when you created that track. Tell me the vibe. I want to know what was in your head.
I was very, very young. Let's see. Okay, I don't remember the year. It was so long ago. I can't even think back. Oof, because I know I wrote that song a year or so before I recorded it, because I was writing songs and writing
Right.
just to get songs written. Because I needed to have songs written so I can introduce them to people, right, to work with me. So I co-wrote, how many songs did I write with them? So I wrote with Northeastern. We co-wrote 10 songs. Now, some of them I wrote, and I showed them to him, and he commercialized them. So he went over them with me and made them stronger, like the songwriting formula,
Okay.
rhyming, stronger words. Because I was young, so I was writing very young. He wanted me to write, I guess, older or better. I don't know the terminology for that, but more. So All or Nothing, from what I can remember, is a party song. Driving to Montreal, having fun, going to a bar, and enjoying yourself.
You can hear that in the song. Too.
So, and I wanted to rasp in that song, so I'm like, oh. I can't believe I just did the rasp, because every time I do that, it never comes out. It actually came out. That was awesome.
That's what I'm saying. See, you're so multi-talented. Look at you.
I love it.
Man.
I love it.
Look
So-
at
Wow, that never happens when I'm doing it for somebody. On stage is different, but wow, that just came out. That was actually good. I'm glad it did.
That is awesome, man. That is cool, so cool. Well, All or Nothing right here on Rhythm Rave Rock.
All or
It's going to be
Nothing.
in rotation. Of course, we're going to have Frontline. Might
Everything.
make that the hot jam this
think
month.
we
I think that's what we should do.
I think we should.
Now,
Okay.
Before we go
I'm gonna
into
let Modesty
all of
lead into
our
this.
fun stuff, I still want to talk to you, catch up. So what's been I think we established it was about 2 years ago since we talked to you. What's been going on since then? Obviously, you've been making some great music, but have you? I think you said you got a contract. Tell me a little bit more about that. Like, who's the company? I didn't know. This was all news to me, so I'm just curious.
Well, I would have to say about a year ago, I got discovered on LinkedIn.
Oh, okay.
okay, cool.
And then I talked to that person, he talked to me, and then we discussed things, and then he helped me he told me I should contact Dance Fan Records in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
So just 2 hours, an hour and a half away from me, so it's not that far. But yeah, it was great. I honestly, when I contacted the label, I didn't think they were ever going to contact me back because every time I contacted labels, I never got response.
Well, something.
But I did. I got the response, and I was so happy. And I got it. I remember I got it in 3 days after I wrote them.
Nice.
And that day, I was told to call them immediately.
Wow.
And then it took us a month or two to talk, to get to know each other. And then I was offered the contract.
Wow.
Who's the first
I
person you told?
I was like, can you hurry up, please? Please. But I can't be like, give it to me. But I had a feeling while we were talking, it was leading to that. But I liked how Cuzzy, the manager of the label, was trying to get to know me as a person and as an artist. So he knew what I wanted being with him.
Right.
And then, because he said, if you come with me, what would you like me to do as a label? And I told him, and he can do everything. So, because he's a label, but as an artist, and he's an artist too, because he used to be signed in a band, so he knows exactly where I am standing and tells me how tough it is. But at the same time, he said, I can't promise you anything, but I can promise you that if you're positive, things can happen. So keep positive, be healthy. Keep believing in yourself because it takes time, but it can happen. Right. Because, he said there's so many, it's a big world and there's so many songs out there.
Right.
But I'm just happy I'm with a label because that was my dream to be with a label. So I got to my goal. Now it's work.
Yeah.
Now I have to start pushing my music out, getting more people to know me, and he's doing his part, and I'm doing the artist part.
All right.
So
Congratulations. That is awesome.
That is so
Who's the
big.
first person
That's
you told after you found out?
who is after my best friend Kieran?
Shout her
She's
out.
actually she's in Washington D.C.
Okay.
So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, I've known her since MySpace. Since the MySpace days.
Oh,
So
that's
we
a
are
long
we're still
relationship.
planning to meet each other, but we're like sisters pretty much.
That's
So
awesome.
Nice.
so
Congratulations. That's
so
good
when
news.
she hears this, she'll know that I mentioned her name. So yeah, I tell her everything. She's the first person I go to when I get some good news.
Nice.
I call her and say, I need to talk to you. But yeah.
That is
But we tell each other everything. We're very open to each other. So
That's nice.
Well,
that's always good to have someone
speaking
like that.
speaking of friends, from what I hear, you have quite a few little furry friends that we wanted to talk about.
I even named them.
Oh,
For our listeners, if you don't know, we were talking about this off air, and we definitely wanted to make this a part of the interview tonight. But
Yeah.
our dear, hard rocking Sabrina Fallah, she has a soft spot for our furry little creatures. She has no, it's not chipmunks, it's squirrels. Because I was going to make a reference
Actually, I do feed chipmunks too.
Do you feed them well?
Okay, so
And I
now we
think I
have to
love
break
chipmunks.
down and
Okay.
unpack all
What
of
is
the
this
animals.
about the
because,
animals?
So first we understand, this is Sabrina, now I'm mad because first it was squirrels and now it's chipmunks. So now I need you to tell me everything because I love our little furry creatures too, and I think you're holding back on
I want to
us.
hear about
So how
Alvin.
many
And-
Sky,
dogs
and
do you
Theodore.
have?
And sometimes a pregnant raccoon that comes by
Oh
the
my
house
God.
Oh, jeez.
steals
Is
the
she
peanuts
angry?
from the squirrels.
Oh my
God.
goodness, because she's hungry and mad and angry.
But it's so cute. I'm like,
Oh,
it's okay,
they are
sweetie, eat it
cute.
up, but after go away so I can feed them.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
she won't harm the
Yeah.
squirrels, will she?
Actually, the other day when the raccoon was eating the peanuts from one plate, the squirrels went to the other plate. Nothing was wrong.
Oh.
As long as nobody went. I was scared because I was like,
Yes.
are they crazy? But I guess they're, as long as they're on their own side,
Right.
So did you have
nobody's attacking each other. So.
It's crazy.
did you have the squirrels since they were babies? Because my friend found one and she tried to nurse it back to health and it didn't end well. So like, how did you get this bond with squirrels? Like, I mean,
You said about 15
because it
squirrels.
seemed like it would be like from birth that you would be.
It's
able to bond.
adding up. I think they are telling all their friends and family to come. Okay, so what happened about 3 years ago? I was, because I've always wondered how it would feel if you could get a wild animal to come towards you. So I had this feeling, I'm going to see if I can interact with birds and rabbits and all the animals in my backyard. So I started putting bread first because I didn't know if I didn't want to get peanuts, right? I just threw some old bread, or I got some dollar store sliced bread, something like that, and they were eating it. And then I realized, wait a second, they have certain kind of teeth that they need to have to chew on the peanuts so it doesn't grow. I guess their tooth needs to be always on something hard, rough. So then I said I have to get peanuts. Oh man, 2-3 years goes along. But now it's the third year.
Oh, my God.
Last year, I had my first squirrel come up to me and take a peanut from my hand.
Wow.
I'm like, my gosh, that took a long time.
Were you scared? I would have been scared.
No, I was actually amazed. Like, he just came up to me like, I trust you.
Oh,
That's
so
awesome.
cute.
And that, his name is Blackie.
How do you
He's
tell
black.
him apart? How do you know Blackie from the rest of them? Like, what makes him different?
Because
when I see a
when
squirrel-
Blackie sees me, he comes up to me.
Oh,
Okay.
And the other squirrels are like, why is he going up? Should we be doing it too? And nobody follows along. They just do their own thing, right? But recently, some of the new ones. Anyway, I'll get to that. But I just don't want to skip certain things. So the next one. So this year, about 2-3 weeks ago, the same raccoon came by. And there was no food, but it just came by. And I'm like, I should go out. I just felt like going out just to see why the raccoon was there. Then I was just putting a couple peanuts because it was late. I shouldn't have put it out. And then out of the blue, a squirrel just comes up to me and grabs it from my hand. And I'm like, well, that's a different squirrel. It was gray. What the hell? 3 days later, that squirrel
you're
is
like the
jumping on
squirrel
top of me.
whisperer.
She like the squirrel whisperer. You know, that's very strange. You have a strange connection
This
to these
sounds
animals.
like a reality show because I would watch.
Yeah, I would watch that.
I would
that.
watch because I would want.
You
I
have
would-
you like almost like Dr. Doolittle almost, where it's like you have a connection with these
But
animals and they trust
my
you.
gray squirrel is called Grayster, and
Grayster.
he doesn't sit on. He doesn't sit for his peanut. He climbs up my leg to get
Does
onto
he?
my shoulder
Oh.
to get the peanut.
Are you
I
kidding me?
can't
So do
believe
you-
I got a wild squirrel so
Oh.
comfortable that he jumps on me.
Oh
No,
my
I would be
God.
so
It's so
scared.
cute.
I
It
was-
is.
So
It
is he
feels.
great?
Yeah, I know he has very sharp nails, but honestly, I don't feel it because he's not like grabbing, like he's trying to like push his nails into me.
Right.
He's just hanging.
Trying to hold on.
Oh my God. Today I was trying to feed another squirrel, so I was sitting on the grass. Out of nowhere, this squirrel jumps on my back. I'm like, that Grayster. he doesn't even tell me he's there. He sees me and he jumps on me. And if he sees me on the other side of my house, he'll run up to me. He follows me too. I think I own a wild squirrel.
I think you do.
So
that is crazy.
So is he gray because he's just young, or how do you tell?
Well, from all the other gray squirrels that I have 4 grays.
Oh
wow.
Okay.
So I think he looks to be youngest of them. Of all my squirrels, he looks to be the youngest. So I'm wondering, is he young and that's why he's friendly? I don't know. Or maybe he's been treated nicely and he's like this with everybody. I don't know. Like when my mom came out with me, he jumped on her, and my dad said hi, but don't jump on me. I don't want you on me. And my dad's like, I don't want a squirrel
I
on
crap
me.
my pants. So if a squirrel jumped
But
on me,
actually,
I'd crap my pants.
a chipmunk sat on my hand.
Are you serious? You're just like
They
so
are.
savage, these
You have to
animals.
be careful. They are the
Yeah.
smallest little things.
How much
They
do
look
they
like
eat?
They are the cutest. Yeah.
How many peanuts do you have to set out for them a day? To keep
I
them
hope
on?
I don't finish a whole bag.
Wow.
the funny thing is, I have like 7, 8 blacks. I have 2 red squirrels. They are small, but they are fully grown. I have, I think, 2 chipmunks. So I would say Alvin and Theodore, and the gray. But I get some new ones and some leave because they go back and forth. But my parents are very loving of them. So I go out and I buy peanuts and sunflower seeds. And sometimes if they're nice and they're good and they're not being a meanie or making too many holes, we don't care anyway. I'll get them walnuts, almonds, cashews. My mom is like, you're crazy. I'm like, Mom, I'm just treating them. And then she's like, you think they know the difference? Yes. I think they do, because I gave Blackie a walnut. He kept coming every 3 seconds to get another one. He ate it so fast. It was so good. Yeah. Oh, they love walnuts and sunflower seeds. They will sit in front of the plate and finish the whole thing and not let any other squirrel come. They love sunflower seeds. And also some birds. I didn't know some birds actually like peanuts.
Right.
Bluebirds love peanuts. So sometimes when I see them, I will get the bird's attention and I will throw it at them. I have had birds come up to me. I didn't give it to them, but I threw it in front of them. So I don't know. I guess I love animals, and I guess because I show kindness, they come forward. It took a long time for this to happen. I never thought it would, but wow. When you can interact with these animals, like, it's amazing. They are so playful. They're so fun. Like, I know people say they wreck this, they go into your house. And first of all, no, they don't do anything like that. Because I wouldn't say I've trained them, but they know where the food is and they know where to go, and that's where they go.
Right.
They don't come anywhere else.
Do you film this? I need you to set up the camera so I can start following.
Yes, it is all over my Facebook page.
Okay, great. I think I just started following you on Facebook, so I'm gonna.
And on Instagram, I posted 2 videos today. One of Fluffy is a very fierce red squirrel, but he is so cute. And I have one of Grayster running up to me, jumping on me, and just wanting the peanuts.
Right. Oh my God, that is so cute. That is so cute.
I have a friend who in Minnesota who likes squirrels too. So I think I'm finding everybody who loves nature. And
well, if you weren't an artist, a musical artist, do you think you would have some type of career or job, maybe nurturing animals? Do you think?
I wanted to be a vet.
I was going to ask you
But
that.
then I forgot that. Then I found that I was allergic to dogs and cats, which I'm not allergic to cats anymore. It's dogs. But even though I'm an artist, I would love to know more about the animals out there because it's amazing.
Yeah, we have
Like how they survive. Did you know in the winter? I was like, why are they so big? They grow out an extra fur coat to keep them warm in the winter, and then they get slimmer in the summer because it goes away.
Right.
It's amazing.
That is
They are
fascinating.
fatter in the winter, but it's not really fat. It's
It's
just
just fur.
they're becoming warm. But it's amazing how much you see. Like Grayster was climbing on my leg, and I was joking with him, just playing with the peanuts.
Right.
He actually made his squirrel sound,
Oh,
and that was the
squirrel
first
sound?
time I heard it right in front of me. I was like, "Oh my God, you made your sound!"
I didn't even know that they made sounds.
He was probably like, "Give me my peanut."
Wow, that is
No,
so
but
cute.
it's. And I also heard for the first time a squirrel sneeze, which was all of this is interesting to me because I don't hear this all the time from squirrels. But
How
they
did
make different sounds,
How
and
did you
it
know
sounds
was
like a
sneeze?
bird, but a bit thinner.
I haven't heard anything past sneeze. How did you know it was a sneeze? I'm sorry. Like, how did you?
No,
I'm so
but
fascinated. I'm
because
gonna
I
have to
have
follow
a
you
lot
on
of squirrels, I hear a lot of different sounds,
Wow.
and I
That's
hear them.
interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
Wow.
I know.
But-
Fog probably wants to get back to music, but
Well,
it's
yeah, because
fascinating to me.
I wanted to just ask just a few other things though in terms of where you're
Yeah.
at with your career right now. Now, in terms of success, how would you define that at this point right now for you right now? How would you define success?
Like
mean,
in general for people to succeed,
from your own experience,
or success in my career.
I'd say
How
your
about
from your
both?
perspective, I guess, or even both if you like.
I'll just say overall. I think success overall is when you achieve something in your career. Like if you release a single, or if you got that show you've always wanted, or you co-wrote a song with somebody you've always dreamt of. Something that can move you forward,
Right.
It's success. Now, if you say, I want to get to a bigger label, now that's work and that is success, but you have to work for it. But I think succeeding can be little small steps, writing a song, getting it to radio,
Right.
Marketing it, sending it around. Those are all small steps. And if people are coming and being attracted to it, that is also very good for you. So it means you're doing the right thing and it's working. You also have to see if what you're doing is actually working.
Right.
Because if something is not working, you got to go back and be like, what is wrong with the song or with my strategy, or what do I have to do? Because sometimes, like for me, I didn't really think of anything. Before I got signed, I just sent my songs to every radio station that I could send my songs to.
Okay.
Everywhere.
That's what you have to do. That's what you have to
Everywhere.
do.
Worldwide. Anywhere in the world that I could submit. And I would always make sure it was for my style of music. Like I'm not going to go to country or something, but But if they play rock and country, I'll give it to them. But you also have to realize to go to like college radio stations too. That's very good, and online stations are very good. Actually, my "Kiss Is a Killer" song, the one you like,
Right.
has won many awards online.
Well, you deserve
You
it.
deserve it.
Radio awards. So
It's amazing.
yeah, so online radio stations are very good, and actually they're like getting to mainstream, which I'm trying to get. It's not as easy.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy I still have this going for me.
Yeah.
And even Cuzzy told me, you're not going away from the online stations because that's where you started. You have to stay there because that's where people know you.
Yeah.
So I will always try to make sure I stay with you guys, and hopefully, but
You will.
Because I
Thank you.
started with you guys, man.
No, we appreciate that because
And
really
you
do.
play everything. You're
Thank
not
you.
Well-
picky with formula
No,
and
no,
this
no.
is what's popular
That's what
and
ruins music
online
sometimes for me.
stations or
Yeah.
I actually some people say it's still tough for them, but you just have to push through and find the right person who will play it.
Right.
Exactly.
And we're not from the school of stifling the artists. If the artist puts their song together and they actually care about the integrity of the song and music, then, you know, just because only 10% of the population like it doesn't mean that it's not a good song. You know, it doesn't mean that
Oh,
you
of
might
course
like
not.
it, right? So we play music. Some people will like it. Some people won't. Some people will be critics. Some people will become fans. And at the end of the day, we just want to give you as much exposure as we possibly can. So if you could change something in the industry, like if you had the power to change something to make it better, what would it be and why?
Can you not make me use autotune, please?
Right? Oh my God, I'm so sick of that. I mean,
Could
that
we
is
not
like
put
one of the ridiculous
autotune
things.
in my
That would wipe
track?
out half of the artists, though, Sabrina. Like there would be nobody left.
Exactly. That will tell you. I'm not going to say anymore, but
I agree.
honestly, all of my songs have it, but it's so little. It's now like you have to put it in your song. It's in the studio. Every producer uses it.
Yeah.
But they put like a touch, because if I had a lot of autotune, I would sound robotic.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
I think
why
it's okay
when
for a
I
little
hear
bit.
my songs, I'm like, thank God I don't hear the autotune, because if I heard it, I would be like, scrap this. I'm not using it.
Right. No, I think it's okay a little bit. I think it's supposed
It's
to be
okay
used as enhancement.
if they're just using it for the background, but I don't want them to put it in my voice.
I
Yeah,
see. I get
feel
it.
you.
And I tell everybody that, and they're like, but you know it's the industry. Yes, I know it's the industry, but I don't want to sound like a robot. I'm not singing a song that needs that effect.
Right.
Exactly. If my song needed that effect, put it in. But I'm not that kind of a singer that wants that effect. I like to sound raw, and I like to sound real. I don't want to sound like everything is so polished. I know everything is polished, but I don't want anything to make people think that they had to fix something in my voice, because I like to sound like the way I would sound live.
Yeah.
I want them
agree.
to hear the real me,
I
not
agree.
to be so polished and they're like, oh yes, they're fixing her to the bone. I don't want to sound like a clean. If there's a like they don't have to polish me to the bone. You know what I mean?
I
Right.
agree.
Like
I agree.
I'll be okay with that.
I
I'll be
agree.
okay with that.
And I think that's true raw talent. I think we want to play a game with you. So we're going to ask you some questions.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
gonna be
sure.
Just quick responses. I mean, if you want to take a little bit more time to unpack the question, fine. But we want to get the first thing that pops into your head.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Funk, you ask
Yeah.
me the first
Okay. I got the first one. Okay. Let me think. Okay. What is your favorite song to belt out at the bar or in your car or maybe even for karaoke if you're just doing it for fun?
Oh, geez, that's a tough one.
When you're
No,
in the
because I
shower,
like okay. Well,
we didn't say it was going to be easy. I'm so sorry. I should have put a warning on this.
no, because I can't just. Okay, maybe. Okay, I'll do a Kelly Clarkson song. I Forgive You.
Okay. That's good. That's a good song. What's wrong with that? I like that. That's awesome.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm like, I was waiting for the gag or something.
Well, I do perform that song live.
No,
So
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna ask you if you covered something before. That's awesome. She's a hard cover.
Yeah.
She can sing.
She can sing. She's
And
good
I
singer.
sing it in her key, by the way.
Oh.
All right
Good.
now. That's what I'm talking about. I need
Yeah, I try to nail it, but some of her songs are very high. So, but that one I could do.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
So this might be. I'm sorry. Do you like?
No, it's okay.
Do you like all your songs?
Yes.
Okay.
I better, or else I wouldn't record them.
Right.
She said it better.
That's a good answer. I like that answer. You
Okay.
should.
Yeah.
Now, if you could cover, now you did speak about Kelly Clarkson song, but if there's a song that you truly wanted to cover and maybe even put on your album, because a lot of artists do that, what would that really be?
Well, recently I've been asking my label if I could do a cover of a Queen song, maybe I Want It All.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I want it all.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. But I would remake it in my own way because, it's Queen, right? It's Freddie Mercury.
Right.
But I don't know why. I've always wanted to do a Queen cover.
I can hear you doing that.
But
I can hear you doing that. I swear.
Queen.
Yeah. No doubt.
yeah,
no doubt.
he's good. He's also operatic. So I would not be
Yes.
doing opera, but I'll be doing the songs that would fit my range. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think it'll be a cool thing to do in the future. I'm gonna bring that up to him again
Okay.
because I want to do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you got?
Are you a morning person?
Yeah. And I'm a night person too. I like going to bed late and waking up early.
Morning and nights. That's what I'm talking about because I
how
don't
much
fit.
sleep
I don't
do
fit
you
that in
get?
the morning.
Because you have a busy life. I would love to know what your one day looks like. Like tomorrow's Monday. What does Monday look like? What's your plan?
It's Monday. Who likes Mondays?
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
well, Monday tomorrow I'm doing a lot of house cleaning because it's a long weekend, so it's cheaper to use the vacuum and to wash clothes and stuff. But in the morning, before I have breakfast, I go and feed the squirrels. I go say hello to my babies, and you know what? I've had people ask me to write a song about squirrels, but I'm like, where would that even go?
Right.
Just a song about
Okay,
squirrels.
I
Oh
told
my
my
God.
label that, and then he's like, it can be a kid's song.
Or
I
it could
said,
be a
yeah, I
love
know,
song.
but
A kid's song would be
Or
good.
it could be like a song, just like how Michael Jackson had a song about his rat called Ben. You could actually like
Really?
Yeah. It was about a real rat.
you
that
know
Michael
what? I
had-
should listen to that
You should.
song
Yeah.
to
You
see
should.
what he did.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
you
you would
should.
think that he was actually talking about a real person, but it
Could
was
be a
really
love
his
song.
pet rat.
Is it called Ben?
It's called Ben, Ben.
Okay. Oh my God! I should totally just to hear what
You
he's
should.
doing because I didn't know people wrote songs about their pets.
Oh yeah,
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
think
That
you
is
should.
so cool.
And you can
That might
actually
just
be
give
one
me
of
an
the
idea.
biggest things that you ever write, just because of the honesty and the you know what I'm saying, that comes out in the song.
And you wouldn't even have to say squirrel. Like, you can call them by name. You can call them by nickname. And then people would hear the song and they wouldn't even know you were talking about squirrels until you told them. And then that would be
Unless
the catch.
I put little clues here and there that would be thrown in.
That would be your
I can
fans.
think of.
So your fans would know, But like,
Yes.
what if
See,
that was a song?
people that know me would know. Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That
exactly.
actually gave me an idea. I'm gonna check that song out. Yeah, I'm gonna check that
Well,
song.
you know what? Speaking of songs, now we're gonna turn out with Hurt, but before we do, I just want to make sure that everyone knows exactly where we can find you online and where we can purchase your music, your website. Give us where those addresses are, please.
So you can go to sabrinafallah.com, and all my social medias are on the top: my YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, iTunes. You can get all my songs on iTunes. Just
Right.
go to Sabrina Fallah, and it's there. Please follow me. I love meeting new people. I also have a Snapchat. It's Sabrina_Fallah. I go crazy on Snapchat. I love the filters.
Aren't
So
they awesome?
Aren't they crazy?
I love
oh my
them.
God.
and I follow everybody. So you can always write me, Snapchat me, be crazy. And if you're interested to know more about the squirrel,
Yeah.
follow me
Okay.
because
I'm definitely
my
following
my,
you.
my
Following
squirrels are on my music pages, so they are in my musical life.
Oh
So
my God.
sometimes
This is so awesome.
sometimes I sing to them and they still come for peanuts. So that's a good
See?
thing, right?
That's one of the best audiences in the world. That sounds so cool.
I
love
know,
it.
and they're dancing. They're jumping around.
Oh my God.
Oh, how cute. I can't wait to go see those videos.
No
I'm
kidding.
definitely going to go look
No
at them on
kidding.
Instagram. I follow you on Facebook, but I need to go follow you on Instagram. So I'm going to follow you and look forward to more videos and more music. And
That's
especially after you get some inspiration from Michael Jackson's Ben, I want to hear what comes
Yeah.
from that. I'm
Yeah.
excited. So let's talk about music because we want to talk about
Well,
what
Hurt.
you've done.
Yeah, the
Right.
song Hurt that's coming up right now. We want to get some background on that. Can you tell us, as we
Oh,
lead out with that, exactly
yeah.
where that came from?
So I co-wrote Hurt with Bill Luigi, the one who I wrote Kiss the Killer with. So I wrote 3 songs with him, and 2 of them made the record.
Okay.
And Hurt is like, I would say, Bon Jovi influence. Like if you know the song You Want to Make a Man Memory by Bon Jovi. So think about that song with the smooth, slow vibe.
Right.
So it's like a Bon Jovi feel. And speaking about losing friends, being in this business, Hurt is about that. I would say Hurt is about someone who thought all about themselves and nobody else. So pretty much they weren't supportive. And let's just say, you know what, I'm just going to be honest. I wish my friend was supporting me more than she did.
Right.
And I was always there for her through everything, and I did a lot for her. And I just didn't get what I wanted back. And after being friends with her for so long, I said, my gosh, I don't think I can take this anymore. After a while, you can, it's hard to take things from people. Like sometimes you say, oh, okay, it's okay. But then it's like, gee, really?
Right.
So she was all about herself, and I do miss her. I still care for her, but I just wish she was showing a bit more of support.
Support, right.
Yeah.
But
That means a lot, too. Yeah.
but basically, what I'm trying to say is, that happens in your life, and you can move on from it, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
You do.
But that's a song on my record that I co-wrote that is very close to my heart. So it's like, it's the truth. Like everything I wrote in that song, it's exactly how I felt. Like I wrote it a few months later from when I walked away from her.
Right.
But I wrote it like I was in that moment. I made sure I wrote how I really felt. I had to go back into my mind and really think how I felt.
Yeah.
Because sometimes writing songs, you want to write it like you're in that moment.
Yeah, it does. I see.
And
what
I
you mean,
think,
yeah.
when I wrote it was the best time, because if I wrote it right when it happened, it wouldn't have been as good.
Right.
Because
You gotta take
of
time
the
with that.
pain and pressure I was going through.
Right.
And even in Nashville, Bill's like, this is a good song.
Yeah.
You have to write it. So he told me to write down all my thoughts, and then we organized them, and he made the music. And then I'm like, this is a Bon Jovi song, isn't it? No, but it's good. It's a beautiful, slow ballad, and I've had people tell me that they relate to my songs that I write, and that's what I want. I want them to relate to it so they know it's okay.
Right.
Because I've been through it too.
I
So,
got you.
Oh,
I
I'm
got
sure.
you.
and
Me
I'll
too.
probably go through it again.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
Yeah,
So.
I think we all will, my friend.
think
I think
so.
we all will.
I'm excited.
Hey,
to hear
Sabrina,
it.
I want to thank you again for, all the way
you.
from Ottawa, Canada.
I
y'all.
was going to ask, are
And
you in Canada
And
still? or are
we
you
should do this again when I have hopefully soon some newer stuff coming out. We should do this
Okay.
again for my newer stuff.
Absolutely.
Definitely,
Are you in
definitely.
Canada now, or are you in New York?
I'm in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
in Canada.
I thought so.
Okay.
I thought
Oh,
so.
man,
That
that's
is
a beautiful
awesome.
place, man. Beautiful.
It's nice. The snow has finally gone a long. I hope it stays away. I hope it stays far away, because we don't get spring, eh? It goes from winter to summer,
Summer.
and then we don't get spring. So it's kind of cold and warm, but it's not like spring warm.
Right.
Oh,
But
okay.
we get summer, and then right after summer, it's like, okay, here comes November, back to our jackets again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, at least it's a beautiful place, and you have a lot going there, and you've been making great music. So pretty soon you're gonna be bigger than just Canada.
Canada
Because
itself.
we love you here in Denver, Colorado.
Yes, we do. We definitely do. We always love your music, and we love this cut right here. Sabrina, thank you again for being on Rhythm Rave Rock, and here it is right
Yeah,
now.
sweet.
Yay, love it, man. Here is Hurt right here on Rhythm Rave Rock.
Sitting on this floor tonight, above the broken boulevard, teardrops falling, midnight calling, holding tight to this guitar. Can't stop thinking about all the things you did to me, trying to find a melody that doesn't sound like misery. Hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. When I needed someone, you were never there. You had to star in your own show. You didn't care about what I wanted, but I'm finally letting go of the hurt. Hurt, it's only a feeling. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. Since the day I said goodbye, I'm better off without you. Sometimes the truth can hurt. Hurt, hurt, the pain can start the healing in my soul. Such a hard four-letter word. No one deserves this kind of hurt. There's so much pain, too many games you played, so many ups and downs. In this world I've seen my share of heartache. When I look around,